Hi, I'm Eric at home with Pro Football Weekly, and it's time to take a look at the fantasy ticker. Who to consider picking up in your fantasy league. We start with two New England Patriots. Deion Branch, who came back to the Patriots this week in a trade with the Seahawks, and the former Patriot wasted no time in reacclimating himself. He took over in the second half against the Ravens and had 9 catches in his Patriots debut, the same number of grabs that Randy Moss had in 3 contests with the Patriots this season. Teammate Danny Woodhead, who was cut by the Jets at the end of training camp, already has become a key piece of the Patriots offense. They use him as both a runner and a receiver, and you could do a lot worse than having him as a backup on your roster. Next up is Saints wide receiver Robert Meacham. He was seen as somewhat of a rising fantasy star before the year, but found himself on a lot of waiver wires after only 6 catches in the first 4 games. Now Meacham has touchdowns in each of the past 2 games and has seen his receiving yardage go up each of the past 4 contests. Don't hesitate to add a guy who's owned in only 41% of Yahoo leagues. Now Brandon Marshall may get most of the fantasy attention down in Miami, but don't forget about wide receiver Devon Bess. He's contributed with notable fantasy points in each of the past 3 games. If there is a concern though, it's that he has a couple of tough fantasy defenses left on his schedule the next few games. For all of your fantasy news and analysis, keep checking back to ProFootballWeekly.com.